Apple Watch Ultra is a great watch, but for volleyball players is the Watch Ultra suitable? Should you use it during practice or in a match? I'll answer that in this video where I tell you the pros and cons of the Watch Ultra, when you should use it and when you shouldn't. What Watch Ultra can do for a volleyball player and what unfortunately they can't do yet. I've been using the Watch Ultra for over 2 months at my training sessions. I've been considering them for a long time, even though they cost quite a lot of money. I'm not going to list here about all the things the Watch Ultra can do, how fantastic they are. But since I'm a big fan of the Apple ecosystem and I'm volleyball lover, I had to buy the Watch Ultra and use it for my volleyball practices. In fact, I haven't taken the Watch Ultra off my hand for a few weeks, except to charge it. And here are my experiences and advice for you. Pluses of the Watch Ultra. Volleyball trainings last about 2 hours on average. Some people practice once a day, some twice. And it's the Watch Ultra's battery life that allows me to train as much as I want, even with 4 hours of training a day, and yet the battery lasts 3 days without any problem. But I have to admit that I don't play much with the Watch Ultra and I have some functions turned off. Still, 3 days of training, sleep tracking is not bad in my opinion. Sure, there are watches that last much longer, but again, they don't offer as much options and features as the Watch Ultra. The sapphire glass is excellent. I have experience with sapphire from my former non-smart watches. It can withstand anything as long as you don't hammer nails with it. And even with the Watch Ultra, you don't have to worry about the sapphire glass on the Watch Ultra cracking, breaking or scratching during volleyball practice. Because it's placed in the watch and doesn't protrude above the watch, there's little chance of damage. Constant tracking of movement, activity and connection to the iPhone is probably the biggest plus of the Watch Ultra. After every workout, not just volleyball, I know how many calories I burned and how heavy the workout was. I know how long I'm sleeping, if I am meeting my standard 8 hours of sleep each day. I also know that sometimes the workout environment is noisy or that my resting heart rate is still 44 beats per minute on average per day, even when training indoors or in the gym. Simply, the Apple Watch acts as my watchdog and motivator at the same time. Cons of the Watch Ultra. On the other hand, even the Watch Ultra has its cons. Watch Ultra can track a lot of sport activities, however they don't have sophisticated volleyball tracking, though I guess no watch offers that. Still, I would like to see the ability to track my volleyball activity on them in the future, but I'll come back to that. Also, the price of the Watch Ultra and the iPhone-only connectivity are downsides that we all take into consideration. Where do I recommend using the Watch Ultra? First of all, in order to use the Watch Ultra in volleyball, you need to choose the right watch band. Bands that have buckles are not a good choice. You will feel the buckle when playing ball, and also if you fall on the ground in the field, the buckle on the strap can hurt you. I bought a black-gray trail loop strap for my Watch Ultra. It's definitely better to use dark bands that show less dirt or grime, although we usually train indoors, but the balls aren't 100% clean and expect light bands not look good after a few training sessions. Also, thanks to the trail loop, I don't have any buckles that bother me when playing bump. This is another big advantage of trail loop bands, along with the ease of attaching them to your hand. Moreover, I recommend wearing the Watch Ultra in practice on your non-dominant hand, the hand you don't hit the ball with. The Watch Ultra does weigh something, but after a while of training you will forget about their weight. Still, having them on the hand you are attacking and serving with puts them at more risk, however small, so you'd better have them on your other hand. It's also definitely a good idea to tighten up a bit more trail loop before training. If the Watch Ultras are moving around on your hand during training, you will be thinking about it and not fully concentrating on the ball and your actions. That's why it's better to tighten the strap slightly so that they don't move around your arm even during fast movements. I recommend using the Watch Ultra primarily for individual training sessions. You can swim, cycle, run on the beach, work out in the gym with them. But mainly, according to my 2 months of use, you can easily use them for volleyball training. I have tried almost everything with them. Watch Ultra didn't bother me when attacking pipe or other hits. They didn't restrict me when playing bump. I didn't mind having them on my hands when practicing exercises against the wall. I could practice my dives in the field with them. Setters can comfortably set with them. Defending attacks and balls on defense is no problem. Even practicing a block at the net is okay. And if I want to do a preventative exercises with the elastic band for the shoulder in the hole, I also don't have to think if I'm wearing a watch. You can simply use Watch Ultra for individual skills training and exercises without any problem. It won't restrict you, it won't bother you, and most importantly, it will still measure all your activity. Plus, with quick access to the stopwatch, you can use it to time your workouts. For example, if I want to do a few push-ups, I'll set the Watch Ultra for 30 seconds. Or if I want to do a plank, I'll set the countdown to 1 minute. I don't have to have my iPhone nearby or another stopwatch or a coach. Sometimes in volleyball we need to run too. So I set my countdown to 45 seconds and run from the end line to the net for an interval run. If I need to do a dynamic abdominal muscle workout, I set 20 seconds and work right away. Or I need to jump rope, I set countdown to 1 minute on my Watch Ultra within 5 seconds and I'm jumping. Simple, the speed of setup and the intuitiveness of the Watch Ultra are their great strengths. Another area is beach volleyball. We play beach volleyball outdoors on the sand, usually when the weather is good. There aren't 6 of us on the court, but only 2 of us fighting against the opponent. Here too I see a clear opportunity for wearing the Watch Ultra not only in training but also in matches. And if maybe you are jogging on the beach or trying to shoot volleyball shots in the sea, the Watch Ultra will also do you a good service. When do I not recommend using the Watch Ultra? As time goes on, there will be more and more players who will wear the Apple Watch to matches. I don't think we can avoid that. Even according to official volleyball rules and the opinion of respected referees, it's not forbidden to wear watches or rings during matches. Things that could threaten others are prohibited, and the Apple Watch or various smart rings do not threaten anybody. Although I would rather recommend you put the Watch Ultra away for matches. After all, in matches you are playing at your max performance, sometimes to the limit. And for example, if you fall on your left side on the hand where you have your expensive watch, you can hit yourself unpleasantly and damage your watch. Or if you are on the block, you can hit your teammates with your Watch Ultra after a quick movement when you fall from the block. That's why I prefer not to wear the Watch Ultra to matches. The same is true for the team practices if you are practicing more complex team exercises. Again, when there are multiple players close to you, it's better to put down Watch Ultra. The interconnectivity with the iPhone is great. It's just that even that interconnectivity can sometimes bother you at practice. For example, if you have your iPhone in the locker room and someone calls you, Watch Ultra starts vibrate and maybe even a ring on your hand since you can make phone calls through them. But you don't want any distractions in your volleyball training. You don't want to have to answer multiple WhatsApp messages or get 20 notifications from Instagram for your latest photo. That's why you'd better put your iPhone in airplane mode before your training, and you'll be sure that you won't be distracted by the Watch Ultra or by your phone ringing in the locker room. Also, as a coach, I don't recommend that Apple Watch or other watches be worn by children and teens to practice. I understand that they too want to look cool and have all the activity circles on the Apple Watch closed at the end of the day. But due to the fact that they also do a lot of crazy stuff at practice, it's better not to allow them to wear the watch. And sure, you can go in the water with the Watch Ultra, but I don't recommend taking a sauna with the Apple Watch. Yes, the watch should survive it, but the high temperatures won't do it any good. What can the Watch Ultra do? Apple Watch can already track a lot of things, a lot of sports and activities, but comprehensive volleyball tracking isn't one of them. Why? First of all, most team sports are challenging to track. In volleyball, we don't do the stereotypical movement that the Watch Ultra would relish watching. Second, in volleyball, we perform several skills that we would need to track. How would the Watch Ultra evaluate that we successfully received the serve? How would the Watch Ultra record that our last spike ended in a point? How might the Watch Ultra congratulate you that you just hit an ace after a jump serve? It's just not possible yet. Although I do believe that thanks to the Apple ecosystem, thanks to the connectivity with the iPhone and other devices, we will see similar functionality in the future. Imagine going to a training, turning on the recording on your iPhone, wearing your Apple Watch. And after 2 hours you come to your iPhone and it serves you data in the form of how many jumps you did, how many times you hit the ball, how well you received, what was the highest speed of your serve. I look forward to this time. I expand on similar thoughts about what the future holds in my video on AI, which you should definitely check out. But already today the Watch Ultra or Apple Watch can do you a good service in volleyball. They can help you become a better player. They can help you train harder and have more fun, constantly monitoring your activity. If you are considering them, I can only recommend them after several months of using them during volleyball training. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.